Facebook. Good morning. I'm one of Santa's elves this morning. You see my ear? Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. Santa wanted me to come tell y'all ain't getting a motherfucking thing. No, I'm just playing. But I wanted to jump on here this morning. By the way, good morning. A lot of times in my videos and stuff, man, like I don't. If you just click on one of my videos or you just run across one of my videos, what I'm going on about sometimes probably won't make no sense. So you're like, what the fuck he's talking about? So you would have to go back and watch all of my videos to figure out exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, right? Because you're just catching the tail end of what's being said most of the time, because I start my videos off a lot of the time going on about something that has took place, or you know what I'm saying, right there in the moment, right? So a lot of times I like to come back and kind of explain, you know what I'm saying, explain a lot of what I'm talking about. Well, hold on, I gotta brush my teeth real quick. I got about 15 minutes left on my little pre-trip inspection. I've already done my inspection. I done my inspection, and then I started my inspection on my clock over here. My little Qualcomm bullshit, whatever it is. I said that like I have no idea what that is. I've been using that for 13 freaking years, right? But anyway, my little Qualcomm bullshit. He said that like he don't even know what the fuck it is. I think really, I want to try this too. I changed the position of my camera, and I like it better right there. But a lot of you know, I made the video. Okay, first I want to say this. A lot of times when I start a video, I have like 10 freaking topics that I want to talk about, okay, all in my head, right? So I may start a video off about one thing and end up talking about something else, because I have so many thoughts and so many topics that I want to touch bases on, if that makes any sense to you. All right. Now, I made a video the other day about hermeneutics, which is just a form of it's a method of study when you're reading, okay? The bonds, the mens, the hers, the hims, the that's, the nays, and so on and so forth, right? You ever heard the saying, no ifs, ands, and buts about it? My mother used to say that all the time growing up, and I didn't know why she said that. You know what I mean? But apparently my mama was a nay-nay, and I didn't know it. I didn't know my mama, but I used to hear my mama talk all the time, and she'd say, well, Tyler, when I went through the change of life, yeah, you went through the change of life? What the fuck you mean the change of life? Well, that's what these little nay-nays call when they are forced to transform from man to woman, from woman to man. They call that the change of life. So apparently my mama was a freaking nay-nay, and I didn't know it. So at some point my mama was a fucking man, basically. I didn't know that. They didn't tell me that. They lied to me my whole life. Right. But I do recall my mama talking about all the time, well, baby, when I went through the change of life, I had it, but she never explained to me what the change of life was. Apparently that's what the change of life is. And I remember her talking about, she had a hysterectomy. This is where you use hermeneutics. Hysterectomy. His. H-I-S. His hysterectomy. Listen to how they say it. So to understand what's being said here, you have to use the method of study called hermeneutics. I had a hysterectomy. His hysterectomy. Okay? So basically, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what a hysterectomy was. Okay? The key word is his. Okay? So basically, she had her penis cut off. And she had the male body parts removed, replaced with women body parts. She didn't explain that to me. She just said, I had to have a surgery to have some stuff took out and removed. And I'm like, why would you have to have that done? Well, now I know. My whole family is pretty much freaking nay-nays. And they didn't tell me that my whole life. Because I had blue eyes and I was a B. He's a B. So they felt it necessary to lie to me. That's sad, ain't it? But that's the truth of it. Alright, so that out the way. I gotta brush my teeth real quick. Hold that thought. I'm about to head out. We got to brush our teeth every day. I got on to my baby mama yesterday for she takes care of my kids, okay? The best way she can. But I'm funny. I want my kid to brush their teeth every freaking day. I'm big on teeth, bro. Like, for real, take care of your freaking teeth. And anyway, yeah. Let me brush my teeth real quick. Oh, better idea. Really? I was talking to myself then. Probably a better idea, really. There's sometimes I have an idea pop in my head, and I'm like, I speak out loud. I'm like, it's probably a better idea, really. It probably is. I ain't gonna say what it was, but it's probably a better idea for real. Probably a better idea. You know, I was at a. I like to tell everything, man, just cause I don't ever want it to be said that I had something to hide or that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I just give y'all my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's on my mind. But anyway, I was at a. I'm gonna tell that, but these things right here are lifesavers, bro. Especially when you drive a truck, just no squeezer. Your grip strength is everything, man. It ain't everything, but you want to be able to grip. So you keep one of these with you, and when you're bored, you just squeeze on it. It's about 20 or 30 of them in. You do that throughout the day whenever you're bored. Driving a truck, you're going to be bored all the time, so you're going to be squeezing the hell out of it. Anyway, did a Chinese restaurant one time. And placed the order, whatever, they brought my order. You know, when you get ready to go, they give you fortune cookies. I got a fortune cookie. And I remember this is the only fortune cookie throughout my whole life that I remember. It was the most important fortune cookie that I ever received. And to this day, I still should take heed to what it said. Even though I don't most of the time, I should. But it was very right and very meaningful to me. And it was simple. It said, speak less of your plans and you'll get more of them accomplished. What does that mean? Speak less of your plans and you'll get more of them accomplished. Shut the fuck up about your plans. Simple as that. That's what it means. Very, very simple. Speak less of your plans and you'll get more of them accomplished. Basically, quit telling people your next move. Quit telling people what you're going to do. Speak less of your plans. Keep it in your head. Don't tell nobody. And you'll get more of your plans accomplished. Right? Right. But, it's about 9:49. I'm getting ready to head out. Hermanutics. Oh, yeah. What I was talking about. So my mother had a hysterectomy. Hysterectomy. They didn't explain to me what that was. So at some point she used to be a man. Come to find out, my whole life, my whole family pretty much are nays. They've all been forced into regeneration. I didn't know that. Nobody told me. And they felt it necessary to hide that from me my whole life. For some reason. I don't know why. I guess because I was a legitimate man. I don't know what their reason was. But before everything's said and done, I'm going to find out why they felt it necessary to keep that lie going. So I'm going to find out. Because I know a whole lot more than they thought I was going to know at this point. But with that said, the whole world has been turned around backwards. Okay? I'm not going to say there isn't any. I'm going to say that I haven't found any. I don't think that there is no legitimate men that aren't nays. They've all nayed. The whole world has nayed, pretty much. I don't think there is any legitimate men left. Well, how did this happen? Well, they're being trained inside of these jails and prisons to hunt down legitimate men. They're given the weapons, bro. They're given the technology. They're given the phones. They're given the computers. They're given all the technology you could want to monitor, track down, and kill legitimate men who refuse to transform into the opposite sex. They also can transform you from a white man to a black man through DNA. They just a couple shots, you know what I'm saying? A couple shots a week for a month or, however long, and you transform right into a black person or right into a Chinese person or right into whatever they want you to look like. They will literally give you a script. When you get to jail or prison, they will give you a script at what they want you to look like and who they want you to act like. And they genetically will transform you into that human being, into that person. Yeah, it's regeneration. It's a common practice, bro. It is a common practice. Like I told you, they have resources for these cats. Once you get there, one of the resources out of Spartanburg is called 211. That's their resources, okay? But what that is a network of doctors' offices and different things like that. A network of resources for these cowards to use while they're in jail and once they are released. They're regeneration clinics that they can go to make sure they have the hormones and stuff they need to live out the script that they are given. Yeah, it's called 211. Check it out. And all it is a bunch of regeneration clinics that they can go to. Medical clinics where they give these jokers the hormones and stuff they need to be a black man or to be a white man or to be a Chinese man or for a man to be a woman, vice versa. That's what regeneration is. Okay? And, but here's the thing. If you refuse to do that, because see, they gave me that option. I got paperwork back here that I might sit down and show y'all tonight. Where they hit me, when I got arrested in Spartanburg, they tried to hit me with what's called the Penal Code AN. Penal Code AN. The fuck? I didn't know what that was. AN. Code AN. They wanted me to transform into a freaking nene. They wanted me to be a freaking woman. And I'm like, nah, y'all tripping. You got me all the way fucked up. So I wouldn't do it. So they waged war on my health. When you go to jail, I've only been to jail for a significant amount of time in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I've been to jail in other jails, but I wasn't there long enough to know anything or to see what was going on, really. But I sat in Spartanburg for 19 months. Right at almost 2 years. Okay? Before I went and done about 70 days, about 70, 75 days in Kirkland R&E, which is a evaluation prison in South Carolina. Okay? But it was the same thing there. They're all nanas. There are no legitimate men inside of these facilities. They are all women that have transformed into men, vice versa. Okay? No legitimate men. If you have a real penis between your legs, these jokers gonna wage war on you and they're gonna do everything they can to kill you. And they train them to do so. They train them to do so. These jokers, once they enter the program and they go through the change of life, where they had their little wee chopped off and now they got them a vagina, and you know what I'm saying, when they go through the little change of life that they're forced to go into, they train these jokers to war on legitimate men. They got freaking features and stuff inside of these cells that is voice activated. These little nanas can use their mouth, just talking like I'm talking right now, and say certain words that cause the hazing systems and stuff inside of these cells to come on. Let's say you're a legitimate man and you're inside a cell, right? Okay, you're probably going to be the only legitimate man in that cell, and you're going to have 2 or 3 more roommates in there with you, okay? And they're all going to be nanas, and they're all going to be trained nanas, okay? And with their mouth and things like that, they're able to trigger sensors and stuff in these cells. These jokers can wake you up when they want you to get up. They can put you to bed when they want you to go to bed. They can, depending on your mental sharpness and what you got going on, these jokers can cut on sprayers and different things like that cause you to lose your train of thought. I mean, nasty stuff, bro. If you like to work out like me, these motherfuckers can order trays and stuff. When your tray comes, you'll eat that shit, and it'll make you super soft and super weak and shit like that. Boy, they can do all that. And they train them to do it. They train them to target and kill legitimate men inside of these cells. That's all the police care about. The police don't care about anything but targeting and killing legitimate men. That's all they care about, bro. They don't care about anything else. Only targeting and killing legitimate men. They don't care about anything else. The only thing the police care about is that. They don't care about crime. They don't care about drugs. They don't care about murders. They don't care about rape. They don't care about children. They don't care about anything. Their only freaking goal is to hunt down and target legitimate men. And that's once you enter into the program, you're going to find out. You're going to worship two people. You're going to worship Bill and you're going to worship Emmy. Okay? Mark also has a lot of power. Mark's a general. Mark's just a general in this bull crap. And I believe he's just a general as well in this bull crap. But the two main jokers you're going to bow down to is Emmy and Bill. Once you enter the program, you're going to find that out. And they tell the police what to do. Okay? That's just how it is. That's the truth. Once you're in the program, you're going to find out that those are the ones that you answer to. Emmy and Bill. Bill's their God. Bill Gates is the biblical antichrist. That's who you're going to bow down to. Okay? Emmy's also in the Bible. The Bible talks about her too. I'm sorry, I'm just going to throw it out there, but Jesus called her the whore that sat upon the scarlet-colored beast. The whore that sat upon the scarlet-colored beast is what the Bible said. Yeah. That's the truth of it. But she got some power, nevertheless. She got these jokers bowing down. That's the truth of it. All I got is the Bible to go on, and I know what the Bible said. But, yeah, man. You're going to find that out when you get in there. So, they train these jokers and give them the tools and stuff, man. Look, when I tell you that if you're a legitimate man and they have targeted you, bro, if you're sitting in the bathroom in love at the truck stop, all these motherfuckers, okay, first off, once you enter the program, you become Rain. That's what's called Rain. You start reigning with Bill and Emmy, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Now you are officially Rain. You have sold your soul to the devil. Okay? Let's make no mistake about it. Bill is the biblical antichrist. He is the devil. That is Satan, incarnated in flesh, just like the Bible said it would be. That is the truth. That's the devil. Okay? Now, with that said, once you have sold your soul to the devil, and they're going to force you to sell your soul to the devil, okay, inside of these programs, okay, once you have done that, they're going to give you the tools and the weapons and everything you need to hunt down and target legitimate men such as myself, mainly men with blue eyes, okay? When I first got to Kirkland R&E, the evaluation center in South Carolina, I walked through the door and there was a big old triangle on the wall, a big triangle. That's the eye, right? And it had an eyeball in it, okay? And it was a brown eyeball, not a blue eyeball, a brown eyeball. And it said, "We act at Kirkland R&E, no exceptions." There's a lot you could take away from a big brown eyeball on the wall with a triangle around it. No exceptions. Okay? There's a lot you could take away from that. Alright? Because it's all a joke. And down there, all they do is act. Everything is a freaking act, bro. A full-blown act. It's all fake. It will blow your mind at how fake that is down there. Alright. Now, with that said, they give these jokers the weapons, the tools, the technology, and everything they need to track down, target, and kill legitimate men. Mainly men with blue eyes, because if you have blue eyes, then they label you an ark. Oh, he's an ark. He's an ark. Oh, that's bullcrap. Bill and Emmy has fried their brain. Completely brainwashed these crazy jokers. Ain't it funny where the word brainwash comes from? Brain. Take away that B that says rain. Washed. They brainwashed. Brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? That's funny where that word comes from. They've been brainwashed. But, If you refuse to go through the change of life, and you refuse to be a little freaking gay nay-nay, they're gonna target you and try to kill you. And one of the and how do you target, and how do you make a man such as myself or any other man do what you want them to do? How do you make a man want to be a freaking woman? How do you make a real man say, ooh, I sure would like to be a woman? How do you do that? The only way you can do that is lock them jokers in prison and tell them, oh, we finna give you 10, 15 years if you don't do what we want you to do. If you transform, we'll let you go. But if you don't, you finna get about 10, 15 years. What is 99% of the men in this world gonna do? Shit. I guess I'll go ahead and do it then. And that's how they have turned the whole world into nay-nays. Just like that. These jokers will pump your head up. Look, before I went to jail 2 years ago, they was trying to make me think I was 10. You know a 10 a drug dealer. A legitimate 10 is a drug dealer. And they kept saying, you are 10. They were sending little ads and stuff to my phone. You are 10. You are 10. You are 10. Swole my freaking head up, made me think I was the baddest joke in the world, and then locked my butt up. I was 10 on the streets, and I was 22 when they got me in that freaking cell. Yeah, I was 22 when they got me in that jail, though. Oh, I was 10 on the street, but when I hit that jail cell, I was 22. And they didn't care nothing about me, bro. Don't ever let them trick you, bro. They will blow your head up and make you think you the baddest person in the world. They'll give you some steroids. They'll give you some methamphetamine. They'll give you whatever you want to make you think you the baddest joke in the world. And then they'll lock your behind up. What did I tell y'all yesterday when I was working out? This war right here, it won't be won with these right here. You can't win this war with these right here. Why? Because if you use these right here, then 12 wins. Yeah. If you use these, then the police wins. So it can't be fought with these right here. It's got to be fought with this right here. And don't ever let them blow your head up, because the rain is trained. They are trained to blow your freaking head up and to make you think you the baddest joker in the world. And then they're going to lock your behind up. Then they're going to lock your freaking behind up in jail. That's what they done to me. Man, I was riding around with stupid stuff on me, man. Man, I thought I was so bad I couldn't be touched. I had a half ounce of dope in my pocket, man. I'm riding up down the freaking road with needles in my book bag and pipes on me and all type of shit. Just wasn't worried about a motherfucking thing. I thought I couldn't be touched. But they done that to me, bro. Them jokers made me think I was the baddest joker in the world. They set me up, man. Don't ever let them cowards do you like that. That's how these little gay-ass nay-nays are trained to do you, bro. They'll make you think you are the baddest person in the world, and they'll get your behind locked up. You'll be 10 on the streets. You'll be the baddest 10 that ever walked the face of the earth. But when they get you in that cell, you're 22, and they're going to kill you, and they are trained to do that. They are trained to do that. That's how they do legitimate men. They swell your head up, and then they get you in that cell, and they kill you, and they trained to do it. And the sad reality is, they got 57s locked up in prisons across this country that really believe in the Lord Jesus Christ right now. And they are in there feeding them stuff, doing everything they can to kill them right now. And I'm the one that's about to end that. Y'all hear me talk about bringing that old brick wall down? I'm about to bring that old brick wall down. I'm going to shine some light on the razor wire. Yeah, we're going to shine some light on the razor wire. When I tell you that if you are a legitimate man in a jail or a prison right now, it's a full-blown Holocaust. They are training these nay-nays to target, murder, and kill legitimate men. And they give these jokers all the hormones and methamphetamine and drugs they need inside of these facilities. Methamphetamine ain't even against the law. When you get there, you're going to find out why they call a penitentiary a penitentiary. A penitentiary. That's where they give them the damn pins to shoot dope with. That's why it's called a penitentiary. They force you to shoot methamphetamine when you get to jail and prisons. It's a gift. And let me tell you something. It's such a gift that when you get in trouble in these jails and prisons, they'll hit you with what's called a lockdown pending. A lockdown pending That means they take your freaking pen away. That's the worst thing you could ever get in jail, in prison. Is a lockdown pending. That means they locked your freaking pen down and they ain't gonna bring you no pen. A pen to shoot dope with. Yeah, I just left. I know. I just left. I just got out. I ain't got no lies to tell you. So, man, look, let me tell you something. These nays would rather go do 45 days in BMU, which is the hole. Okay? They would rather get in trouble and go do 45 days in BMU than get hit with a lockdown pending. When they hit you with a lockdown pending because you done got too buck wild or you acting crazy or you done been up too long and they hit your butt with a lockdown pending, that means they taking your pen away. Boy, them little nays don't like that. They don't like you to take their pina colada away. They what? They pina colada. That's another word. Literature. And I've been teaching y'all literature. Pina colada, spell it. P-E-N, your colada. You know what I'm saying? How's it spelled? It's got the word pen in there, don't it? That's another word that's called a synonym. It takes the place of the literal word. Literal word is a freaking pen. A literal word is a needle. Right? A pina colada. So I'm saying, I'm just teaching y'all, you know what I'm saying? But literally it's a pen, you know? Anyway, these nays don't like to get hit with a lockdown pending because that means these jokers just took their pen from them and they ain't gonna get no more dope. Yeah, meth ain't even against the law. They freely, that's their grace. You ever seen these jokers with tattoos talk about saved by grace? Grace is methamphetamine, and I showed y'all that the other night in the book I got up here. Their grace is methamphetamine. When they say we saved by the grace of God, Bill and Emmy gives these motherfucking methamphetamine. Dope. The police give these jokers dope. That's their grace. Why do you think they call ice ice? I-C. What are all these little nays? They're all ICs. Every one of them are eyes. Every one of them are eyes. Why they call ice ice? What is methamphetamine? Ice. That's why they call it that in the first place. Because they give it to all these ICs. Meth isn't against the law. They locked me up for 2 years for something they couldn't even lock me up for. And look, when I first got to jail, a dude told me, I don't think he realized that I was a legitimate man or whatever, but he was like, what they got you with? I said, trafficking methamphetamine. He said, they can't even lock you up for that. I said, I know. You know what I'm saying? But really, I didn't know at the time. I figured it out later on. I mean, I did know, but I was still putting my puzzle together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, they can't even lock me up for that, can they? But now I know what he was talking about. They can't even lock me up for that. I know why he said that now. He said trafficking meth. He was like, they can't even lock you up for that. I said, no, they can't. But I figured out what he was talking about right there shortly. They can't even lock me up for that. They lock me up for something that they give all these stupid motherfuckers. Anyway, I hit y'all with some knowledge this morning, man. I love you guys. I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to do a little riding today, and I might get back on here later on tonight. Y'all enjoy your day, man. I'm going to try and enjoy mine. Love you guys.